Welcome to episode number 5 of the Let's Go Comic Book Show. My name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
We are so freaking super pumped to be recording today to bring you all of the hot comic book news.
Whoa.
Just kidding. I don't know. I was trying something new this week. Matt, how you doing?
I'm okay. That got really intense.
I'm trying to pump you up, dude, because I'm pumped.
Dude, I am pumped up. I'm not sick anymore. So I'm like, I listened back to our show last week. I'm going to be honest. I sounded like I was barely alive.
Dude, it was dangerous to listen to last week's show while driving. I'll tell you that. Or operating machinery.
It was. If you have the ability to listen to podcasts faster than the normal speed,
yeah,
that's probably something you needed to do last week.
I'm telling you, if you're not feeling well, or if you're in like a weird room, I think it could have a potential to like affect how you're doing. You know, Matt right now is very carefully lifting keys away from my arm. He's so concerned about quality and sound that he'll even violate my personal space.
People need the good stuff.
People need the good stuff. That good stuff. So, did you have a good week, dude? A good nerdy week?
It's better now.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like in retrospect, last week when we recorded, that was kind of the thick of it.
Yeah.
Having the cold, the sickness. And so now I'm good, dude. I'm feeling way better. So I feel like this week is already looking way up.
Dude, I'm pumped for that.
There was a funny thing that happened with my son. We were setting up an account for him on a kid's website, you know, where you can like watch fun videos to like make him dance, and you know, you have like an avatar that you're like earning like shoes for and glasses or whatever.
It's like why won't you earn stuff for yourself around the house? Why will you work for your avatar?
I'll earn stuff by sitting here watching a video.
Yeah.
But anyway, setting up his thing, like he has to pick like a username and a kid password, and then I have a parent password. And it was really funny. You'd appreciate this because when he wanted to pick a password, you want to guess what his first choice at a password was?
Let's Go Comic Book Show is the best podcast.
No, that would have been good though. I don't think he even knows about this podcast.
So what are you doing, Dad?
What do you even do with your life, Dad? No, it was Iron Man Sucks.
Nice.
He wanted to do Iron Man Sucks. I convinced him to shorten it a little bit. Just kind of like, dude, you're 7. That's going to take a while to type in. You haven't taken your RCC typing classes yet.
Nice.
And so he decided on Joker Sucks. Which
Joker Sucks. Hey. That's
very
validating for the Lego Joker.
Dude, and it shows me that he paid attention to more than just Robin ripping his pants off during that movie. So
and
that's
there
good.
You go.
That's what I was looking for.
The best joke in the Lego movie.
It's like,
Lego Batman
Iron
movie.
Man Sucks.
Yeah. Or, that's what my kid was like, I like when Robin took his pants off. I'm like, well. Oh, funny.
We can talk about that.
Funny side story.
Yeah.
So my 4-year-old shows me the little Dick Grayson Robin figure.
Uh-huh.
And it's just the one that's wearing like blue pants. It's like his civilian, the one that you get in the blind bags.
Yeah.
And there's another Robin figure they had. So they gave him the Robin shirt and put Wonder Woman's pants on it, and they think that's hilarious. They're like, look, he's wearing Wonder Woman chonies.
So they just switched out the bottom part of the Lego figure?
Yeah, Robin currently wears Wonder Woman chonies and
Star-Spangled underwear.
Star-Spangled, patriotic. So it's kind of funny. FYI, my personal banking account number has been switched to Iron Man Sucks. So if anyone finds my card, have at it. You'll have about $27 to go blow on Slurpees and Snickers bars.
There you go. That's what you would spend it on.
That's what I spend.
Spend your money like Justin would.
Hey. So anyways, dude, kind of a cool week of new comic book news, right? What do you say, Matt Ritchie?
Yeah. I mean, did you watch the Oscars?
Yeah, dude. Okay, here's the thing. I don't ever watch the Oscars, not because I don't want to. I just don't have the capabilities to do so because I've unplugged. I'm not connected to cable.
As have I.
I have Hulu and Netflix, and that's it. But I was able to procure a password from my brother-in-law, and so we're like, hey, let's try this thing out. And man, we watched the Oscars, and I was I don't know. I don't want to say I was pleasantly surprised, but it was kind of funny.
I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
I thought every time Jimmy Kimmel and Matt Damon go at it toward each other, like, that's hilarious to me. I have no connection to whatever beef they have with each other, but it's truly, truly entertaining.
Oh, I love it, dude. It's been going on forever.
When they introduced Ben Affleck and Guest to to give away one of the awards,
like, part of me is kind of like, come on, dude. But like, I know he knows there's going to be
the more ridiculous it goes, the funnier it is. I feel like
my favorite was when Ben Affleck smuggled him onto the actual show last year.
Yes,
when he was doing BBS.
That was great, dude.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So, anyways,
but the big thing, I mean, to I mean, for us, like we're always looking for comic book movies. I mean, I still think to this day, like Dark Knight would have been great for them to win an award, or you know what I mean? Like you could think of all these comic books, even I would say multiple movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like could have gotten something. You know, like I get it's not going to be, it's not like Best Picture material. It's not sad enough, not artsy enough usually, but we want one to win, right?
Yeah, you're always like, it kind of validates, right? You know?
Yeah, but then this year, guys, we validated the wrong thing.
See,
come on.
Did we?
Suicide Squad is now an Academy Award winning movie.
And I don't have a problem with it. I actually love that it's Suicide Squad. Because I don't have the problems with Suicide Squad that most people do. Like it's not a.
Have you watched it a second time yet?
Yes, I have.
Really? Okay.
And I liked it. I still have problems with the end part of it. Like the end is like, all the trash in the sky type of like trope of like superhero movies, and I get it.
That starts halfway through the movie though, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't bug me as much as having like Enchantress as the main villain. I think that's the weak part for me. And then not having enough Joker stuff. But that being said, it was more of a popcorn flick than a Dark Knight. Like Dark Knight is a different breed of movie. Like that one should have got an Oscar. I'm really
just looking for a straight up entertaining movie though. Yeah. Not in my book. I
wasn't not entertained by the movie.
But Suicide Squad, what did it win for though? Sorry, just to clarify for people.
Yeah, sorry. It won for what's the title of the award? Like best makeup and hairstyling. Best makeup. So it's kind of the most vapid of awards, the best makeup and best hairstyling.
I would say it's the one Academy Award I could at least mildly get on board with that movie winning.
Right?
If it would have won anything else, I would have been like, no, you guys got it wrong. But this, I'm like,
it makes perfect sense,
makeup
man.
And stuff on this was pretty cool.
Killer Croc. Killer Croc called it.
He might not have done much, but
But he did say...
But hey, he looked great. He's beautiful.
I'm beautiful. And so he was right. He was so beautiful that he won an Academy Award.
The Academy Awards agree. Killer Croc.
Oscar Award-winning Killer Croc. So, I mean, they were going up against...
I did something.
Yeah, I did something. Star Trek Beyond, which I saw a little bit of. And, I mean, Star Trek movies all have... they all have good makeup in it, I would say. Like...
I thought it was interesting that Suicide Squad won, but
what? Croc wasn't CGI; he was makeup. So that was cool.
Which I'm all for.
A lot of people didn't know that.
But you know what else I just thought of too? There's a little bit of a comic book connection with a couple of the other awards.
What was that?
The best supporting actor, best supporting actress. Mm-hmm. Both of those are
who
Marvel characters.
Who won for actor?
Mahershala Ali. AKA Cottonmouth.
AKA Cottonmouth, that's right.
And then Viola Davis.
Oh, that's
AKA
Suicide
Amanda
Squad.
Waller. Look at Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad's got that pedigree, dude.
I almost said 2 degrees.
2 degrees of pedigree.
It needs to learn something. I don't know. Maybe it could go to school for that second one.
See, you know what's cool about some of these like comic book movies now? And I know we've been talking about it like the last few episodes, comic book movies, and we want to not always go back to that. But before, it was like if you did a comic book movie, it was almost like taboo, like, I'm going to be typecast. Like Christopher Reeve, really known for
he's
nothing else that he did, like I think he did The Paper and some other stuff. And other than that, that's all he is. Michael Keaton's probably the first guy to do a comic book film and to
make his way out of it.
Yeah, make his way out, and almost comment on it with Birdman,
Totally.
So a little meta right there. So anyways, I think now it's like, I'll do a comic book film. There was a dude, I don't know who it is.
Well, yeah, because Brie Larson is going to be Captain Marvel.
She's going to be Captain Marvel.
She won an Academy Award last year.
See? So it's good. I think it starts to attract those who, have a potential. Like, hey, all this does is give me the opportunity to have a bigger like showcase for who I am, so I can work on some personal films, and then do something a little more, broad and fun, So, hey, because comic book fans and comic book movie fans I think they're kind of loyalists. Like, oh, Michael Keaton, I'll go see a Michael Keaton movie now. Even though he was Batman, I'll follow his career a little bit.
Interesting.
Right?
No, I actually feel that way because Mahershala Ali, like I've seen him in a couple things since then. I'm like, man, I like him. Like, I'll go see him. He was great.
Yeah. See, and I loved him as Cottonmouth. That was the one thing about Luke Cage I hated. I wish he was in the show more. Sorry, yeah. Spoilers on a show you probably binged in 3 days. Cottonmouth got taken out.
I agree. That was a great scene that like had me with my jaw dropped, but then they didn't recover from that for the rest of
just kind of
the series.
So Trevante Rhodes, who was also in Moonlight, rumored to be Jon Stewart.
Interesting.
Just not even rumored, but there was MTV News interviewed the guy, and when they
he's like, yeah, I'd like to do that.
Well, he was, no, I haven't heard nothing, but he kind of made a smile. Like, it was like a coy smile. It's like, no, who knows if he's been approached, but I haven't seen Moonlight, but like, yeah, man, get people from
good actors.
That have
good actors.
Get good actors that have, good heat on them and bring them in. So that'd be cool. So
yeah.
So yeah,
that was fun.
So anytime we talk about Suicide Squad, we have to say
Academy
Award winning Suicide Squad.
The Academy Award winning Suicide
is part of the DC.
The Academy Award winning Killer Croc.
The Academy Award winning
BET.
There you go. And I'm not trying to minimize the award, but it's like Harley Quinn looks kind of like any 16-year-old girl who went to Hot Topic and made her costume. I'm like.
Diablo is like fancy, like Halloween makeup.
Yeah. Well, all those tattoos look pretty legit on him. Like, it looked like it was real. But Killer Croc is the one where I'm like, man, they did a good job on that.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, and that's a lot of work, man. Like a little secret origin history on me. I actually got to do a little bit of internship when I was like 15, 16 on a movie. And it takes a lot of time to do that stuff, man. I made bee stings for a foot and a hand on Candyman 2.
Really?
Dates me a little bit, but yeah, man,
that's cool.
Dude, I got the internship. My aunt's brother-in-law owns a makeup effects lab called MEL in LA, and I got to do it for a couple of weeks, and it was really fun, man. So,
nice.
Anywho, yeah, he still does stuff. Anyways, long story short, that takes a lot of work, so it's good to see that
stuff. You can appreciate the work that goes into it.
I can appreciate the work that went into that. So, all right, enough about the Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad.
Maybe before we move into news, we let everyone know where to hit us up.
Yeah, man. If you're listening right now and you're like, oh, I completely disagree with what you're saying, let us know. Hit up Matt Ritchie on Twitter. Just kidding. So you can hit us up on social media at Let's Go Comic Show. That's on everything. So if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, hit us up there or email us at letsgocomicshow@gmail.com and, we'll answer some of those questions or whatever. Yeah, if you have questions, we'd love to hear some questions. We'd love
Give
to
us something
answer
to talk about here.
Give us our opinion.
Not like we have a lack of things.
Yeah. We have tons of stuff to talk about.
We can talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah, tell us your passwords. What are your favorite passwords for your accounts?
Tell us who sucks.
Dude, tell us who sucks in your passwords. Even better. So, all right. So, Matt, tell us about our ratings, dude, because we're going to be talking about some stuff.
We're going to rate some stuff. Justin's going to get fired up. It's going to be good.
That's right.
So we have our rating system to let you guys know, how we feel about stuff. So we have don't go. That means not worth your time. Don't do it. As Justin would say, trash juice.
Trash juice.
Then we have the more neutral go. So like, hey, it's up to you. You can go do that. We're not going to tell you not to, but we're also not going to be super stoked on it.
I'm not going to endorse that.
Let's go. We'll say, hey, we can get behind this. Let's all go check it out.
It's the namesake.
Get out there. And gotta go. That means like pause this podcast, go buy that book, go see that movie, go listen to that album, even though we haven't talked about music. You never know, man.
We'll probably do a comic book, like all comic book soundtrack episode very soon.
Boom.
So there you go.
So let's go. Gotta go.
It's going
to be that last one.
So, all right. So, speaking of the DC Extended Universe or DC, I don't even know what they're calling it. What is extended?
I feel like it's extended. I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to do cinematic because Marvel.
Yeah, I don't want to say that
because they're saying that.
Like last year, they kind of said that when Jeff Johns was brought on board more publicly, it was DC Films, but I don't know. I still call it DCEU.
That seems like what most people are still calling.
Is extended like the multiverse part of it? Like it's all like the TV's extended. Is the TV part of the extended universe, or is it just like the CW verse? I don't know, man.
See, and that's the thing. I think it can be. It can still be part of. It can be part of the multiverse, I guess, rather than the universe, because DC's thing has always been different Earths.
Yeah, I mean they do it with the toys. Like they have the branded toys, the multiverse toys. Like you can buy. I saw the package. It was like Supergirl from the show, Lex Luthor from BVS.
Yeah.
Comic book.
Like you
Bizarro.
had on the Flash, Earth 19 has been a thing recently, and this week's episode had the Accelerated Man.
There you go.
On there.
One day, the Flashes will meet.
Dude.
When they really are hard up for ideas.
Oh,
well, even Ezra Miller said that one time in an interview. He's like, I could totally meet, the other Flash. Whatever. He was like going off about it. And not that it's going to happen, but that, who knows? And with your action figures, anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, so speaking of the
action figures.
The DCEU, for lack of a better term, that Aquaman footage, what did you think, man?
Yeah, so...
Happy birthday, Zack Snyder.
Happy birthday, Zack Snyder. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder put out a little video yesterday on social media, and it was, I think, 6 seconds maybe of effects test footage of Jason Momoa's Aquaman swimming up to like a statue or a throne or something.
It was Patrick Wilson. It was Ocean Master.
Really? Some people were saying they were thinking it was actually, the original king of Atlantis.
Oh, maybe.
To think.
I read that it was Ocean Master.
But I read something different, dude.
Oh, who cares? It was Aquaman swimming.
Hey, you know what? The geeks I read disagree with the geeks you read, okay?
Dude, geek fight in the streets.
So he swims up to someone.
Yeah.
And it's all in the water and stuff like that.
Could have been
so
King Triton
that's what
from
it
Little
was.
Mermaid. Who knows?
Just for those who didn't know what we were talking about. That's what that is. And I thought it looked fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it looked great. I was like, now I wonder if it's going to be, obviously it's Zack Snyder stuff, so it probably has to be a scene from Justice League.
Oh, yeah, for
right?
sure. And they've said in the past before that he is kind of setting the tone for what Aquaman's underwater kind of physics and that kind of stuff are going to look like for the Aquaman movie. Like what he starts here is going to kind of be what they kind of take and run with for.
I did remember reading something about a meeting between him and James Wan, but I do know James Wan has complete creative control over his movie. So I don't know if that means like effect styles, but it sounded like
that looks really good.
Yeah, from what I read, it looked like they were kind of like broaching new ground here with how they're going to film underwater stuff, and so a lot of camera work and things that they're developing here has never been done before. So.
Yeah, which is exciting. Yeah. And it's exciting because it's looks about 100 times better than the footage of him in Batman v Superman, where they literally look like they put him in some water and told him to hold his breath.
That's what it was, dude. If you ever look at the behind the scenes footage on BVS,
is that seriously what they? Because it really did. I'm like, he does not look like he has any control. Like he doesn't look like he belongs in the water in that.
Yeah.
To where this footage from yesterday, like he just looks completely natural and actually doesn't even look like he's swimming in the traditional sense all that much. Like the way he moves just looks really natural. I think it looks cool.
Did it look like, I don't know if it was tattoos or what, because it was like filmed on like an iPhone or something. The footage that we saw, it wasn't like
it was like
footage.
A video of a video.
Gosh, it looked like he had like some type of gills on his rib cage. I don't know. I mean, gills
which could make sense,
neck,
and that could propel him somewhat. But
I'm not an Atlantean. I don't know.
But yeah, it was just a fun little thing. It was pretty cool.
Sorry, that just reminded me. Speaking of Atlantean, did we talk about Powerless last week at all?
No, dude, we haven't talked about Powerless. In a couple
gosh.
Weeks.
Okay, so episode 2, I was like, nah, it's a go, whatever. Now it's back up to like a let's go for me because the episode about
you liked episode 3? That was Sinking Day.
Yes, I thought that was hilarious, dude.
I didn't think it was that good.
I was dying because I thought the jokes were smarter. Like the 3 dudes that were like big fans of Aquaman, they all looked like Aquaman. They were all blonde guys with like a beard, and there's like different stages of Aquaman. I didn't catch that. I was hoping one of them had like a hook hand. That would have been funny. But the one thing though that most people don't know, super nerdy stuff. Maybe you do know. Maybe you're like, you can tweet me at Let's Go Comic Show. I know all about that. Is Atlanteans don't have blonde hair and blue eyes. That's why he was originally rejected, because he's the son of a human and an Atlantean. So, anyways, I don't know if that's either here nor there. Jason Momoa doesn't have a lot of blonde hair either, so that can probably be
get those frosted tips in
thrown
there.
out. He's all. I was a big fan of boy bands. It stuck with me. Hair takes longer to grow in the depths of the sea. So
that's really funny. My favorite part of that episode, by the way, of Powerless, the one part that I actually laughed out loud, was when they were arguing about if this other dude they work with is a superhero.
Oh, yeah.
And they keep arguing about it. And then the one woman just said, hold on a second, and walks over and just smacks him breaks a chair over his back.
Yeah.
And he goes down. She's like, see, not a superhero.
And you knew that was coming. You knew that he wasn't going to be the hero.
I actually wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know.
It would have been, it was funny. I just like the fact that they're like, yeah, I'm Atlantean. And then like, you celebrate Sinking Day? I thought Sinking Day was hilarious. Like, I want to celebrate Sinking Day now.
The bit with the tuna was pretty good too.
Yeah, I thought that was, it's getting better. Like, if they can get...
It's getting better. The jokes are getting better.
Yeah.
The people still are just horrible people.
Yeah, they're terrible people. But...
And so it's like, I just want something to like about them, you know?
But they're
Which I feel like
maybe they have an
episode
arc.
4...
Maybe they'll have an arc.
I feel like episode 4 was better. You at least got a few more moments.
The Robin stuff was really funny.
The Robin stuff was really funny. And... Oh gosh, dude! I think it was the opening scene. They were talking about Batman. Mm-hmm. They're like, he has a tricked out ride.
Yeah,
spends lots of money on belts. Is always around all these women. Like, hold on, Batman's basically a rapper. And then and he's like Macklemore. And he's like, no, never like Macklemore.
Thank you, dude. This validate my life, dude. Wait, didn't they say? Wait,
yeah, that's good.
Didn't they say wait? Weren't they also saying like the Flash is Bruce Wayne?
Did they say that?
I thought they said that. Like, oh, we know that was like a crazy idea. He's my theory. He said someone had a theory that the Flash was Bruce Wayne.
That's really funny. I don't know. I just like Ron Funches. Like, he's really funny.
He's probably
the best part.
He's probably the best part of the show for me. I did like that. It was pretty on the nose of like, hey, Batman's here. He even shows up. Like, I mean, he doesn't show up, but he grabs his batarang. The batarang, by the way, looks stupid. It was the worst batarang.
It's the worst, most gaudy like batarang. How can you ever throw that around?
Yeah. But it was cool that like.
And Justin should know he's had batarangs, guys.
Shh.
Oh, I mean,
I'm on a watch list.
Dang it. I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah. Okay, so one time, I at times I will dress up as Batman and go to hospitals and hang out with little kids that are sick. And I will bring. I've literally smuggled like sharp objects into a hospital. The kids will be like, "What? You have batarang on your belt?"
Man.
And I'm like,
"Please
yes,
don't come find Justin after listening to this." Guys.
Yeah. So like, I've had like kids go, "Where's your batarangs, Batman?" I'm like, "Oh," because they ask, and I'm like, I can't disappoint." So I'll bring out a batarang and big old metal like batarang, and they're like,
"That's awesome."
That validates that this is really Batman. And so one kid looked up my mask and was like, "What's that in your nose?" Because I have a nose ring. And I was like, "That is a Justice League breathing apparatus. So when I'm up in the watchtower," and he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Dang it. I need to make sure I cover up my nose better." So anyways.
Cover up that nose.
enough of this bananas. Okay, jumping over to the other side of the street. So for some Marvel stuff, we're going to go see Logan tonight.
Yes, we are.
And we're pretty excited about that.
I'm very excited. And
I've heard good stuff.
I mean, I don't hold a lot of meaning to Rotten Tomatoes scores necessarily.
Yeah.
Except for when a movie has a really high score, like that at least like piques my interest of like, why would it have that many positive reviews? I just saw a thing today, actually this morning, and 96% positive ratings
really good.
On Rotten Tomatoes, which for a comic book movie is good just in general.
For a Fox comic book
and for a Fox comic book movie, that's like phenomenal.
Yeah.
A lot of what I've seen is, and I haven't read any reviews, I like to go in at least somewhat unspoiled.
Yeah.
But is just a lot of the comments I've seen have been similar in nature in that they're all kind of saying that it doesn't feel like a genre like film. Like it kind of breaks free of normal comic book movie conventions, which I'm curious to see.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how much control they had over like this. Like, it felt like
it seems like a lot more.
Yeah, I felt like the Wolverine was like, you got to feel like you're part of this terrible X-Men universe that we've made, you know. And
this is your punishment.
It's James Mangold, so it's the same director. It's the same, you know, it's the same character, but it's just like, I bet you they're like, let's go out with a bang. Because here's the thing with Hugh Jackman. The guy has clout, right? And he's been in some terrible movies. Terrible, like, X-Men movies. And he still does it. So he must really love the character. And like, man, if I'm going to go out, we're going to
do this right.
We got to do this right. And depending on what your view of what is right, you know, that you may like argue. I know a lot of people are like, he should put the costume on. And I agree. I'm like, wear the costume.
Yeah,
but
dude.
I don't think the costume's going to work in this.
Did you see they talked to James Mangold about that, actually?
Yeah.
And he gave a whole reason why he doesn't think like the costume works. I'm like, bro, he's a comic book character.
Yeah.
Like, can we just go with...
But here's where I agree. I agree with the costume doesn't work in
what he's set up for this movie specifically.
Yeah, without seeing it, I can even say, like, yeah, it wouldn't make any sense for him to put on, like, the yellow and brown and, like, slice and dice, you know? Like, I
but
get
to say that it doesn't make sense on film at all, I don't think that.
Yeah, when you go, like, well, when these Marvel Universe films come out, everyone's wearing costumes and no one cares because it's awesome. So
except no one keeps on a helmet or a mask, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. But also, even going into the X-Men franchise, they're not like the comic book accurate films, but I mean costumes. But in 2000 X-Men film, they're wearing uniforms at the end. You know, they're wearing the black leather with the yellow X's on the front. You know, even X-Men. I thought X-Men Origins. Which one? Not X-Men Origins, but First Class.
First Class, yeah.
Those were
taking place in the 60s.
Those were cool. And then my favorite X-Men costume had to be in Deadpool with Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Like her costume, I'm like, why don't they just do that? Because it looked cool. It looked like a cool uniform. It was like Deadpool making it work. Deadpool had my favorite version of the X-Men, and it was not even like a legit X-Men. Like Negasonic Teenage Warhead's not really like part of the core team.
Not what you would say a classic
but
X-Men
Colossus,
character.
Dude, my favorite version of Colossus, like
for sure,
sounded Russian, didn't look like a CW model. I thought he looked rad. I was like, let's do that. Like, I want to see that X-Men team.
Agreed.
So.
Hopefully some of that carries over. Anyway, we're going to go see that tonight, and then we'll talk about that in the very near future.
With a special guest.
Yes.
We're just going to leave it at that.
I feel like that'd be so much fun.
He's special. He works for the Xavier Institute, and so that's cool.
Oh, dude, don't give away.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, but we're going to see that. And then the Marvel proper, if we want to talk about the last final Guardians of the Galaxy 2 trailer. We just watched that before hitting record here.
Seen it before.
How do you feel?
First off, I'm like, man, we just got a trailer like a month ago. But when does this movie come out?
Like
it comes out in May, right?
Yeah.
So when does SpiderMan come out? August? July? I'm kind of confused on my dates. It's just like, I know that Wonder Woman comes out in June, and that's kind of the only date I know for sure. But anyways.
Yeah, I want to say Spider-Man's July. There's not another one in March, is there?
No.
So it's like May, July, and then
March is every month something's coming out. March is Wolverine, which is today's March. we are
Happy March, everybody.
Happy March. So yeah, I don't have the list in front of me. If you want to complain, hit up at Matt Ritchie on Twitter. So here we go. I feel like I have no idea what's going on. Just being completely honest, there's a lot of like, oh, that looks like the same idea of the last movie. And this isn't a complaint at all, but you know how the Nova Corps was like making that giant web across, you know, to kind of like block what's his face. So they kind of had a similar shot with some of these ships lining up. But I'm not complaining. I just think it looks cool. But I'm like, I hope it's not like repeats of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It didn't make me super excited. I'm not going to lie.
Really? I got super pumped. Because I like the characters.
I mean, I'm going to see it either way. But this trailer specifically, like, it didn't do much for me.
Really? Oh, dude, I love the Fleetwood Mac song. I liked how, like, little Baby Groot plugs it in, like, his headphones into the speakers, and it kind of started it up. That was cool. And I don't ever want to listen to Fleetwood Mac, but right now, that song pumped me up. I've never thought Fleetwood Mac would pump me up, and there you go. Maybe it pumped up my parents.
Well, there you go.
But this trailer has made me more excited for Fleetwood Mac than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Just kidding. No, I really want to see it. I'm really excited. I love Rocket. I think his stuff's funny. Just his delivery's funny. Looks like they're gonna do a little more like Peter Quill, like Gamora. Like, oh, okay. There seems to be a little bit of tension there. Like,
yeah, that wasn't my favorite part of the first movie.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I'm kind of like, it'd be good if we moved on from that. Like, let there be either a different love interest or maybe no love interest. Hey, we don't have to have it. Like,
thought.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just
a fun story.
I don't want them to end up together.
Why can't we be friends, dude?
There you go. Why can't they just be friends? So, anywho, but excited for right now. It's a gotta go of excitement for me. I want to see it, even though I don't feel like there's anything groundbreaking going on.
Yeah, it's a let's go. It's a let's go for me.
But James Gunn did say like, hey, they're intentionally leaving stuff, off,
which I appreciate.
Out of the trailer. Like, thank you. And so, maybe those are just like quick like snippets and stuff. Like the opening like octopus looking alien. Like to me, that feels like an opening shot thing. Like the team's doing something together, and that's not even a big part of the movie. Could be wrong, but that's how it feels. Like kind of a hey, we're together.
Yeah.
So Kurt Russell showed up at the end, and he's supposed to be playing Ego,
the living
planet, and everyone says he's not Jason of Spartax. Frickin' A, he kind of looks like Jason of Spartax / meets Ego, the living planet. So who knows? I'm not gonna extrapolate that because they keep going. It's not him, but man, it looks like him. So
and who's Jason of Spartax?
In the comics, it's his dad. Like, got it. Yeah. So
he still kind of looks like his dad, but they're using it as like a different character.
Well, he said his dad. I mean, even at the end of the trailer, he's all, "I'm your dad." So
well, yeah, but he's not Jason of Spartax. He's not
Jason.
Time. He's Ego, the living planet.
So, which he doesn't look like Ego. I don't know. Who knows? Like, let's just watch the movie and enjoy it. So, yeah, Marvel does do those things where they'll like take two characters and merge them together if it doesn't
totally
make sense to them, like Iron Man 2. Like Crimson Dynamo and whatever. Anyways,
yeah,
pretty stupid.
Whiplash. All right.
Moving on.
I think we got some just straight up comic book.
Wait, we talk about comic books here.
What comic books? Eventually, we talk about comic books. That's usually how it goes.
There we go. Okay, Matt Ritchie, break my heart. Tell me some stuff.
I'm not gonna break your heart, dude.
Dude,
you think I'm gonna break your heart?
Possibly.
That depends. How about before we even talk about this next news item.
All right.
Can you give a quick crash course in the character we know as Guy Gardner?
Oh, man. Okay, Guy Gardner. Oh, man.
So he is a Green Lantern character.
Guy Gardner is a Green Lantern. He's the third Green Lantern of Earth.
The first being Hal Jordan. Second being John Stewart.
Third being Guy Gardner. Now, I might be a little fuzzy here, so correct me if I'm wrong. He was one that he was either in the same vicinity as Hal Jordan, but Hal Jordan he was eligible for the ring. Hal Jordan got it because he was closer. And then I think the story went when John Stewart was available, he had a concussion. I could be wrong, but I know there was a point in time where Guy Gardner had a concussion, and that's why he becomes a jerk. Like he used to be like a coach and like he coached kids and he was nice and stuff, and then he had a concussion and he kind of changed his viewpoint. And then I first came into contact with him in Justice League International. I bought that one day as a kid, this trade paperback. I was like, Batman's on this. I'm reading this. And I was
like late 80s?
Well, yeah, it came out in the late 80s, but I didn't read it until like mid 90s. That's when I saw it. And
written by Keith
Giffen and James DeMatteis, whatever. And it changed my whole like worldview on like what a cool like comic could be, because it was really funny. Mm-hmm. It got progressively more sillier, but those first like few issues were really cool. Anyways, that was my first like who's this Green Lantern guy? I didn't know there was a corps of Green Lanterns. So Hal Jordan shows up in like one of the issues and says, "Hey, sorry about Guy Gardner being whatever." And it's the famous scene where Batman punches him one punch, like knocks him right out, because Guy Gardner's super like macho, super like he's just very loud and obnoxious, but he's
cocky,
he's
like
cocky.
Hal Jordan, but he's like more like abrasive.
Yeah, but he kind of grows on you. You kind of like learn to love him. He's like my favorite Green Lantern because he's just so bananas.
He's like the guy the typical character that's like a big jerk, but then once you get to know him a little bit, you're like, oh, you're really like a softie.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're on my side. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad. Anyways, so throughout like comics, like there's always been this like back and forth between him and Hal Jordan, and then once like Hal Jordan went bananas after Reign of the Superman, they didn't know, or it was actually right before. I think they were setting it up. So anyways, him in the 90s, him and Hal Jordan get into a fist fight. Then Guy Gardner's like, okay, fine. It was over like who's the Green Lantern of Earth, and so instead of the Guardians going, hey, you're the Green Lantern of Earth, it was going to come down to a fist fight. He gets pissed. He loses the fight. Guy Gardner ends up going, forget this. He goes after Sinestro's ring, the yellow ring. At this point, Sinestro's dead. Guy Gardner
only one yellow ring.
Only one yellow ring. Yeah. So he gets the yellow ring, wrestles it from the Cordians and Sinestro's ghost or some craziness like that. So he basically becomes Guy Gardner Warrior. Or he wasn't calling himself Warrior yet, but he's like wearing this
leather jacket,
big yellow G on the front.
G, it looks like a diamond.
Yeah. And it was a cool, it was still, I loved the character, so it was fun. It was a fun comic. Mm-hmm. And then things got a little bananas. Then he became Warrior. He got rid of his bowl cut. I still enjoyed some of it because I think this is when he was starting to open up a bar called Warriors, and people would go there. But then it got really terrible, and he became alien. He had alien bloodline powers, and it just became stupid. He could
morph and turn into weapons and stuff.
Weapons could come out of his arms and stuff, and it was super 90s and super dumb. So anyways, today, if I missed anything, sorry, but today, I can't even talk anymore.
Yeah. So the title of the title of the article is finally Guy Gardner is returning to his warrior persona. And so it doesn't look like it's something that's officially happening, but
this is from comicbookresources.com.
That's correct.
It's not like some,
it's not an official DC
it's coming
either, though.
Yeah, it's not an official DC thing, but it is coming from Comic Book Resources, who, they're not like super clickbaity. They're
it's pretty reliable.
And
but they're kind of drawing conclusions, connecting the dots that Guy is currently without a ring.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern Corps and the Sinestro Corps are now working together to try to take care of the universe.
Which makes me kind of want to go back, because I kind of dropped Green Lantern after Rebirth. I was like, I don't know, man. I just wasn't liking where the story was going. But
that means that he potentially could get a yellow ring.
Yeah.
Or they could give him some alien DNA again.
Oh, gosh. I hope
and give him something. It looks like they're trying to give him something to differentiate himself, because there are a bunch of Green Lanterns again.
Dude, there's a buttload of Green Lanterns on Earth.
And so he has... There's a preview. Let me see.
No, he was a Red Lantern for a little bit.
Yes, he was.
He was a Red Lantern, and I think I was just jumping out of the New 52 comics at that point. I was like, I'm done. Like, I just wasn't liking it anymore.
So it looks like in Hal Jordan Green Lantern Corps number 15, Guy Gardner leaves behind his ring and puts on a familiar costume, which is a shirt with a W on it and a leather jacket with a big old G on it.
Yeah, he looks just like how his old costume was.
So Justin, how do you feel about this potential outcome for Guy Gardner? Because I mean, I don't want to speak for you. I feel like he's probably your favorite.
Yeah, I said that. He was my favorite Green Lantern. I would buy a Guy Gardner Green Lantern comic book if it was coming out. If I go back into my boxes in the garage, I have the whole run of Guy Gardner comics, his miniseries, the series his solo series was really, I thought it was really good until he started becoming a warrior. That's where I kind of dipped out. I still bought a few. When he became Voldarian, I was out. I was all, forget that. But when they started bringing him back into once they did Hal Jordan Rebirth and stuff, I was super pumped, because he even had his bar. He had the Warriors bar, and and then
kind of brought him back into the fold, and that was
2006.
Wow.
So I was excited to see that, because he's got a fun personality. I want to see him in a movie. I want to see Ben Affleck Batman punch whoever portrays Guy Gardner in a movie. I want him to knock him out in the face. Punch him in the face.
By Batman.
Right? That would be so cool. That needs to happen.
It is a pretty funny thing.
It doesn't have to be the exact same scenario like a Justice League thing, but it would just be funny. Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Shut up. Bam. I just think that's funny. So, side note, anytime he gets knocked on the head really hard, he reverts to super sappy and sweet version of Guy Gardner. And at least in the Giffen Justice League stuff he did, which was always funny. And then it would wear off and he'd become kind of a douche again. So, anyways, I'm open. I'm open to see what happens. I'm not reading it, so I may pick up the issues next week if we go in the shop and say, let's see what's going on with Guy Gardner. It does make me interested, but I'm kind of
just to see where it goes down.
Just to see where it goes.
Or to see even if it's just a one-issue thing, as a callback to Warrior, and that's it.
I don't know if they would do all the setup just to do on a one-issue thing. But it does elicit feelings.
We'll see what the future holds.
Yeah.
Speaking of what the future holds.
What's in the future?
Little tease posted on social media also in the last week that Marvel in some capacity might be having a Wolverine Hulk combination character. It looks it if you see the thing, it looks like so it was tweeted by Axel Alonso. Just said under construction, and it's an image with a big old container labeled Batch H, and it looks like
Batch
the
Hulk.
Yeah. It looks like the Hulk, and he's got Wolverine claws.
Yeah, it just seems like a bad idea. I mean, a bad idea for those that are creating this guy because they're going to die when he breaks out. Yeah. Sounds like, 13-year-old boys are working at Marvel and making up ideas, which almost sounds cool.
Did you ever do that? Or like, you're like, well, what if Captain America also
was a werewolf?
Yeah, just like, it always comes back to that. Or even taking like, how about this? But like action figures when you're growing up, and you would like switch arms out from like different characters, or like heads out and stuff.
It was harder to do that. They make them now where you can do that.
It feels like it's that kind of a thing.
Yeah,
where it's like it's Hulk, but also he's Wolverine.
Yeah, there's something about it that's awesome. But there's also something about it that's like, same thing with the Guy Gardner. Like, it could be good. I'm willing to like let it play out because chances are I'm not going to buy it right now. But on the Marvel Unlimited app, I'll read about it. I'll check it out. So that's one of the, just FYI, get Marvel Unlimited because you can read everything. It doesn't, it could be, it just depends. The execution is really what it is, Like, how's it going to be executed? I don't want to be the guy that's like, this is going to suck because there's too many of us out there. But it has the potential to be rad, has the potential to be bad. But it's kind of a let's wait and see on that one. But there's something cool about Wolverine with claws. We live in the age of like
why not,
of just fan fiction and why not, and it's like,
see what happens.
I'm actually amazed it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. Like let's just go a step further and put a skull on his chest, and it can be Wolverine, Punisher, Hulk, with a Deadpool mask.
Well, he'll be killing enough people. It'll probably be he might as well be the Punisher.
Why can't it be Deadpool Hulk? Now I have a comic where it was like in the 90s where SpiderMan was the Hulk. Like he got the DNA somehow.
Dead Hulk? Hulk pool?
No. It was Spider-Man Hulk. So it was a Spider Hulk. He was gamma infused or something. I don't know, man. But
that's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that has much lasting power, but oh well.
It's funny.
And just to touch on, I think the last thing real quickly is we've mentioned the upcoming Batman Flash crossover.
Yeah.
The button. And it looks like, based on the
I want
cover,
to be I Am Button.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not going to let that go. I Am Button.
I Am Button. The cover of Flash 22 sees the return of
Jay
Garrick, which was the original Flash.
Yeah.
Sometimes known as Earth 2 Flash. Yeah. A lot of times the Justice Society of America
Golden Age Flash.
Golden Age Flash. But anyway,
geriatric Flash.
Some kind of awesome cover by Jason Fabok on that.
Yeah, dude, I like his new design. It's
yeah. So if you're not familiar with Jay Garrick, usually his main thing is he has a helmet like the god Mercury.
Yeah.
So it's like a little silver helmet with gold wings on the sides. And he usually has a red shirt with just a big old lightning bolt in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. Not the traditional, lightning bolt in a circle like the current Flash costumes have. But yeah, that's really what he's known for. Like similar kind of patterns and overall look. But yeah, what updates do you like about it? Because it seems pretty close to what it's been.
It's pretty close. It's more line detail and stuff on the boots. And Fabok can pretty much draw anything, and it looks really cool. So he even makes the purple cape of Batman look cool. So hey, how about that?
Is this a lenticular cover as well?
I'm not sure. I do not know.
Because I know the issue 21 for Batman and Flash are both going to be.
It does. Those. It just does look really cool. Are they going to be younger? I didn't read all the article. Is it going to be like?
Hasn't said anything. Apparently, in the Flash run recently, I haven't caught up on it in a little while. But there's a point where Barry Allen is in the Speed Force and sees the helmet
Yeah.
And kind of questions it, but that's all we've gotten. And so we don't have anything.
That's kind of akin to the show where the helmet shows up at the end of season 1. You're like, what? Or was it season 2?
No, it was at the end of season 1.
Oh, that's right. So
because in season 2 saw Jay Garrick.
That's right.
There.
So interesting. It says Red Robin at the bottom of the cover. You see that?
Oh,
there's like a little banner that says Red Robin. It kind of looks like it has the art of an old Flash comic
old Flash book. Issue, and then he's kind of like burning through it.
Yeah, and so right now Red Robin is, not AKA, but missing,
AWOL.
Dead, AWOL. Well, they think he's dead, and he's kind of captive of a Watchmen character, and so is he hanging out with Jay Garrick? I don't know. Is everybody missing? Everybody's in this like world. So,
do you think everybody that's missing could be together?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's at the beginning of Rebirth. It was a bunch of things were kind of hinted at, but one of those things was the potential return of the Justice Society of America and more legacy characters. That's kind of been a big focus of it, and so it would make sense that he wouldn't be younger. Honestly, to me.
His hands kind of look a little wrinkly. I don't know.
Well, it's hard to tell from this.
Yeah, he's got
this image isn't super clear.
He's pretty ripped. He's looking kind of like that shot of J.K. Simmons. Remember when he was all buffed out?
Working out.
It's like, yeah, man. I don't know. It's just cool. I like it. I don't know how it's going to work with the Rebirth New 52 version of Earth 2 characters that are going around.
Right. Well, that's coming to an end.
Yeah, but does it mean it's gone? Are they going to all die? Is that Earth going to blow up, or are they just going to exist and just ignore them type of deal?
Not talk about it.
Yeah, I did not like any of those designs, by the way.
Yeah, man. Anytime, because Flash is my favorite character, anytime you're bringing in more of that legacy and more of that world, I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, they say this whole Rebirth thing is going to be about 3 years before the whole story's done, and we're heading into ending the first year. Yeah. So it's cool, man.
Was it March last year? Around there?
Man, I don't know. I thought it was June for some reason.
Okay.
But it could have been.
It's getting close, though.
Yeah, we're at issue 18 of the current, the double shipping. So we're about 9 months in right now. So
sweet.
Yeah. I was just scrolling through. I saw some news. I know we weren't going to talk about it, but it says Gotham has cast a Game of Thrones alumni as Ra's al Ghul. And I'm like, dang, dude. So there's Ra's al Ghul.
Everybody's showing up before Batman does.
Yeah, but like Ra's al Ghul is on Arrow too. So it's like, I guess everyone has the rights to do Ra's al Ghul.
Apparently, he can be anywhere.
Anyway, Ra's al Ghul exists.
Man, I don't care at all at anything that Gotham is doing.
Yeah. So okay, hey, Flash. What are you thinking about the Flash show?
The Flash show?
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about
Oh man, do we want to talk about the recent episodes?
Yeah.
All right. So we just got done a couple nights ago with two-part story, Gorilla City, and then Attack on Central City, I believe, were the two, something like that.
Yeah, it was Attack on Gorilla City and an Attack on Central City.
There you go. So that's what's happened these past 2 weeks. I actually want to know your thoughts first. Like, the Flash is kind of like my favorite. So, but I'm curious to hear what you think about these two episodes specifically.
Yeah, this has been. I haven't not liked the third season of Flash, but part of me is like, dang, we're already in the third season of Flash. For some reason, I think we're in season 2, but started off a little wonky, but Gorilla City is just really cool, man. What they're able to pull off is pretty awesome, like the effects wise, and then so I need to just confess and say I need to go back and watch the first part because I'm a little lost on it because I was working and stuff. But giant monkeys, dude, gorillas. Like I just want to say Cisco is like my favorite character on the Flash.
Oh yeah,
and I don't care about Vibe as a character. But sometimes when they bring a character from a show and start making them part of the universe, like they did it with Diggle and they put him in Green Arrow, and I think they even do it with Felicity, but Felicity sucks. I really like what they're doing with Cisco. This has been like a really cool way to bring him back into like Rebirth if they want to do that, because I know they tried to bring Vibe in with Jeff Johns.
New 52.
Yeah, and I don't know where it went, dude. I just didn't care. Yeah. Now I care about him. Like, no, he's a cool character.
He's been a really great character, and he's had a really cool arc. I feel like
doesn't need his own book yet, but he does have. he's just a cool character. I even liked the British guy. He was annoying at first. Now I'm kind of like,
Julian.
Yeah, Julian. I like Julian too. So
Draco Malfoy.
There you go. But yeah,
it's really funny. We both talked about it earlier in the season. I know I just said to stick to these 2 episodes, but I'm breaking that.
That's fine.
I think we both weren't stoked on the characterization of Cisco coming out of the first couple of Flashpoint episodes. Like, he was super depressed, like really angry at Barry all the time. Like, just seemed like kind of a turd where it was like, man, like he doesn't have to be over the top, but he's been such a great part of the cast. It was hard to have him acting that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's come out of that though. Like, and he's done, with that funk.
Yeah, the whole him being like a mastermind behind everything with alchemy was just kind of, I don't know. I thought it was super muddy. Like, I can't explain what happened because I don't think the storytelling was well done.
Oh, you mean with alchemy?
Yeah. I was
talking about Cisco.
Oh, sorry.
I was talking about Cisco. He was all like pouty and like angry and that kind of stuff for a while. No, Julian's been fine. I think like Dr. Alchemy stuff doesn't make any sense at this point.
Yeah. Which is kind of a bummer.
But Gorilla City, so the Grodd like 2-part stuff.
Yeah.
To get back to that.
Yeah. I like Tom Cavanaugh playing just the different versions of HR. Like, now I like HR is my favorite version.
More than Earth 2?
Yeah.
More than Harry?
Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of funny. Like, what a cool gig for an actor to play like just so many different incarnations of the same guy.
And then you add on top of that, he gets to impersonate a giant psychic gorilla.
That was fun too.
Him, which was, I actually really liked that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah. I'm still not a fan of Gypsy. I don't know. Like, her being there was weird.
Yeah, it's okay to me.
So overall, it was cool. It ties into Savitar, which I was like, I don't know how they're going to tie that into there, but tied into Savitar. I don't know. I think for me it was a let's go of episodes. There's some fun stuff. I like that they're doing Grodd. Part of me is like, how are they going to do Grodd? I don't know once they have them like built out in the computer if they can just bring them in, like how hard it is to like to render and all that type of stuff. Like, I want to see more of them. It was cool to see like King Shark that one time.
It seems like it's pretty limited though, I will say, because only for like that first episode had a decent amount of stuff, and Barry's gladiator fight with Solivar looked great. Mm-hmm. And I actually, I liked I liked Grodd talking through the different characters.
Yeah, that was cool.
I thought that was cool. I thought Cisco did the worst job at it, but that's okay. But I thought it was a cool way to do it. And it was a similar thing to what has happened in the comic books before, to where it seems like Grodd needs help and he's kind of like, hey, you need to do this. But it was really just for him to gain power. So he's done similar things. And in the comic books, Barry and Solivar actually become friends eventually, and Solivar's like a good guy.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if that plays into the future at all. I still think I would like to. I've always pictured the talking apes like actually talking and not just talking in your head all the time.
Yeah, but I think it's because I think as much as it's a comic book show, I think making it plausible, like how would it work? Grodd is a mind controller, and so that makes sense.
Which is fine, but he feels like he is either fighting or mind controlling and never doing it at the same time, which seems like a misstep on his part as a villain.
Yeah.
But what I would say, like, what I was thinking about, like the use of CGI and how much they can do it. The second episode, the Attack on Central City, felt like they were really trying to pad out the time to wait to show all of the gorillas doing something on screen. Like, it was like, they're here, but they're not really here. But they're here. And then once they get there, it's like a few seconds of something. And then Solivar comes in and him and Grodd fight. So, which is all fine. Like, I'm not mad about that story-wise. It just really felt like watching that this week, that it was something where they're like, okay, we only have so much budget. Where are the few moments where we're going to be able to put these giant gorillas in there?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. It's his budget. It comes down to money.
And so I think most of the time, like, I don't notice it as much because they do actually do a really great job. And I've thought every time Grodd has been on there, he's looked really good.
Dude, that first time that he was like kind of hanging out in the sewers.
Yes.
It was super shadowy, and you're like, I know they got to save it. But
then he stepped out into the light that one time, dude.
Well, exactly. That's what I was getting to. We're like, this looks really good. Like the stuff they can pull off on TV. I mean, it's still not
pretty crazy
cinematic, but you give it a little bit of grace in TV. Like, you know what? That's cool. One of the things I liked learning that, what's her face? Her Flash. I mean, her Star Wars as Starkiller is Luke Starkiller.
Wait, did I miss that?
Yeah, she like wait, it's Luke Starkiller on her Earth. So like those little funny things that they're able to throw in there, like I like that. I love being.
And
able
her
to
Earth is where the Accelerated Man was from.
Yeah,
which is a character from the comics. So it's basically the Flash of that world.
Okay, so that part's cool. So overall, it's a let's go for me. I want to sit down and watch them back to back. I usually do my CW shows when I'm like doing like, you know, dishes or something like that.
Yeah, like folding laundry.
But folding laundry, yeah, like I was actually doing stuff where I couldn't look at the screen. So I want to watch them back to back because I need to watch that first episode again to kind of be bought into it. And so
one of the things they did in that first episode that I really liked a lot too is that they cast Keith David to voice Solivar. Do you remember who
Remind me
Keith
who Keith David is because I'm drawing a blank.
So Keith David was in he was in a lot of stuff back in the day. Like he was in The Thing and They Live. He was in Pitch Black.
Oh.
But he's also done a lot of voice work. And so Gargoyles back in the day.
Oh, I remember that. Disney's Gargoyles.
And if you see a picture of him, you would know who I'm talking about. Like he was in Platoon, he's in Armageddon, and a ton of stuff. Did some voice acting for Caroline.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, he's got a really cool voice. And they barely used it at all.
There you go.
That was a little bit of a bummer. But
thanks, guys. Just like not using Billy D. Williams enough in Lego Batman.
There you go, man.
Cool.
Can't get no respect.
No respect. But you can get Colt 45.
TV shows, all that fun stuff.
Real quick, I've been liking Arrow.
Me too. I actually watched last night's episode where there's a pretty big reveal.
I haven't got it yet.
Okay.
But it's part of me is like they have no choice, but they're trying to get into the regular Black Canary for a third time. It's like they messed up the first time.
Which I will give them credit. I like her the most so far out of all of them.
Yeah, so I think they're just really trying to get to using the Black Canary, Green Arrow dynamic that we've all been wanting since the first season. So anyways.
Yeah, it seems like a competent, like scrappy, like Black Canary. Yeah. That is what she should be. Like Katie Cassidy, the actress.
Yeah.
To play Black Canary just was not.
It's funny.
Not believable in that.
It's Dinah, but it's Dinah Drake. So I mean,
sure.
So there's still hey Dinah Laurel.
There's still a connection to the comic books, guys.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Speaking of comic books, we are running low on time, but
got a lot.
Let's talk through what we got this week and maybe just a quick rating of each of those.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do a rating. I'm not gonna do a review because I wanna wait for this Superman story, Superman Reborn. I may have missed. I don't know. Maybe it started this week.
That's part one.
Yeah, part one.
I think
okay,
part one.
So it's going to cross over with Action, which means I have to buy Action now.
Way to go, man!
But I'm only going to buy the parts I need. So, so I'm just going to say it is a gotta go. But I'm not going to get into the story until it's all done. But I'm loving.
But that issue though is.
Yeah, I'm loving Rebirth Superman.
I'm really excited to read it.
Yeah, it's just good stuff. It's probably the best Superman that has been published, I would say, in the last 20 years. And I'm not being like no hyperbole. This is straight up the best Superman stuff. Like the last few issues have been kind of like I didn't really enjoy that story so much, but this stuff is just good, man. It's great. Tomasi is probably my favorite, like consistent writer. I don't think he gets enough credit. Like his Green Lantern stuff was great. His Superman stuff is great. I loved his Batman and Robin stuff. Yeah. Even the New 52 stuff was really good that he did. It's probably the one thing I did read when I dropped everything. I would read Batman and Robin digitally on my iPad. So good stuff. Check it out. For me, it's a gotta go. Get that Superman stuff. And then Batman, again, I'm just going to give it a quick rating because it's not finished. I Am Bane Part 3. Man, this has been my favorite issue so far. of the series.
Really?
Yeah. This is third part, and I still feel like the art's a little weak from Finch. Like, I don't know what it is. I feel like it's not as tight as the I Am Gotham pencils he did, but story wise, man, it's building, and it has a good cliffhanger that it ends on. I'm not going to spoil it. Again, I'd like to kind of cover it all and give you a chance to read because you haven't been able to read it yet.
Yeah, I need to catch up on these last couple issues.
So I'll get those to you. But man, first off, that cover is pretty rad. I was kind of hoping they were going to change the Bane costume up a little bit. Like, they kind of went to a classic like tank top wrestler mask. I liked the wrestler mask, but I kind of liked the coat from the Lego movie. So I was hoping they'd put him in the coat.
Dude, the designs from the Lego Batman movie just are a good idea in general.
Yeah, but those 2 issues are gotta goes. Detective 951. It's a go. It's not a let's go. For me, it was a go. I'm just not digging it so much. Shiva's up in here, and interesting, Azrael's coming back into it. He's coming back into play, so I think I'm going to give it a couple more issues. I've been dipping back in and out of Detective.
Yeah,
hasn't been. I'm like 4 issues here, 2 issues here. So, I'm kind of off. I got an issue of Outcast, and I haven't read it, so I can't even say anything about it. But the art looks good. And then last week, we didn't talk about comics much last week. I got Daredevil 17. It's kicking off a new storyline called Running with the Devil, and it's pretty gritty, and it's not like the Mark Waid stuff, which that was good, but this is the Daredevil I love. And so I'm going to say it's a let's go. Check it out. And then Kamandi issue 2, super fun. And check out Kamandi Challenge. For me, it's a let's go.
Right on.
So what you got, Matt?
This week I picked up Champions. So I got Champions 6 and went for a back issue of The Flash, trying to give this past story arc a chance. And I just kind of liked it was a little bit of a throwback on the cover art.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of the DC books that came out that week had a lot of throwback art. Like, I know Green Lantern did.
Yeah. And so it's kind of fun, like a little bit of callback. So Flash is still just a go. I love the character of the Flash. I've just not been feeling Josh Williamson's writing.
Yeah.
And it's primarily dialogue, I should say. The story itself is fine. This specifically is one that kind of deals with bringing the rogues kind of back into the limelight and kind of in the mix, which I'm for, because the Flash has the rogues, and I think the rogues are kind of fun. I think they're a good group of characters that are really interesting to tell stories with. So
the rogues are like the best, like, rogues gallery in comics. Like, I would say Batman's the best, then Spider-Man, and then Flash. What would you say? Sorry, total off topic.
No, yeah, I know. I think I think Batman's are the best in that they fit really well with the protagonist. Like, they all make sense in some way for Batman. I would say that Spider-Man's rogues gallery is really great because, again, it kind of fits with him, but it also, he has a lot in his rogues gallery that are rogues and menaces for a lot of other characters too. Yeah. Like a lot of crossover there. So I think that's cool. I think the Flash, for me, are the most interesting. His rogues are the most interesting because, not just because they each have a gimmick and stuff, but because they have like this different kind of code. Yeah. To where Batman's rogues gallery and Spider-Man's rogues gallery, like, they kind of all do whatever they want. There's not like a unified code they all follow. Yeah. And you know me, like, I mean, I think I've said it before, and I just keep finding this way that when you have things that put like certain limitations or directions on something, it forces you to be creative with how you're telling the story. And I feel like that's what the rogues do for the Flash. They kind of have this code of like, hey, don't kill, you know, we're going to steal, we're not going to do all these other crazy things. And they've even joined in to help protect Central City at times and stuff. So, I mean, I think I also wouldn't like it if you just treat them as like anti-heroes. I don't think that would work either. Mm-hmm. Like, they need to be villains, but I think there's some complexity there that's built in that I like a lot. And it's almost a little bit of more fun too. Yeah. Like, Batman's rogues get pretty gruesome. Yeah. Which, I mean, again, I think fits with the stories you want to tell with Batman. So that's what I think for Flash. Like, I would say it's a go. I'm still going to check out a few issues of this. I'll keep getting a couple of back issues probably just to check out this story arc. Because I'll always go back to giving the Flash a chance. Yeah. It's just what I do. So then I have Champions number 6, And for me, this is Let's Go. Like I like this book. I still think there was a part of this issue that felt a little on the nose / heavy-handed. But there's this part, most of the middle of it is them playing paintball against each other, and it's fantastic.
Nice.
And the art's great. Like, you even have like this moment where Cyclops, like he runs out of paintballs and the Hulk thinks he's got him cornered, and the only cell you get is just this like smile on Cyclops' face, and then it's just him blasting like Hulk away with like his visor blast. And so I think it's really fun art, really cool ideas. Like I said, towards the end of this issue, I'll see what happens in issue 7 as they carry it over from the cliffhanger. But it seems like they're setting up a team to be kind of the anti-champions, to where the champions, a lot of times what they talk cheaters. About, if you don't read the book, is their big thing they've kind of landed on a lot of times to remember is that you punch up, don't punch down. And it's their way of saying, like, don't take out the little people, but, take out the people that are kind of oppressing.
Nice.
And then you straight up have this, like, anti-champions team, like, teenager people at the end, like, literally say, and we punch down. I'm like, oh, dude, like, we don't have to keep using that phrase over and over again. Like, I feel like there's other ways to do it. So, I mean, we'll see. So it's still Let's Go. That's a very enjoyable book overall.
It sounds like a thing like a teenager would do, be snarky. Like, we punch down.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
So I can see that. So
yeah, that's a Let's Go. Champions number 6.
There you go.
Dig it.
Good stuff, man. Dude, comics are fun.
They are. It's fun to talk. We talk about stuff a lot.
Like,
it's fun to talk about things.
I like talking about comics with you, Matt Ritchie.
I do too.
All right. So if you'd like to join that conversation with us, please hit us up. Let us know that you're enjoying stuff. So we have a review, and we would like to read that. So, Matt Ritchie, if someone wants to leave us a review, what do they got to do?
Go to iTunes.
Search
Let's Go Comic Book Show.
And?
Give us all the stars you can. And maybe throw a little positive comment in there.
Yeah, 5 stars is the best. That helps us out. And so we have a review, and it says, got a Lego.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Lego Batman-ish.
Hey. It's from
episode.
Yeah, probably talking about that. So this comes from Yarn City Vato 21. There have been few times that I enjoyed myself listening to podcasters as much as I did with these fellas. Bravo, gentlemen.
Hey.
Bravo. There we go. So thank you for 5 stars and just a comment that has reached my heart, and I've got heart bubbles right now. How do you feel about that, Matt Ritchie?
Heart bubbles?
Yeah, heart bubbles. So, yeah. So,
I'm feeling grateful. Thank you. Thank you,
So,
sir.
hey, you know what? I'm going to say something that we're not even prepared for. But
here we go.
Give us some reviews. And you know what? If we get up to 25 reviews, we'll do a drawing, and you're going to get yourself a Let's Go Cast t-shirt. How about that?
Boom.
Boom. So do it.
Swag.
Put a review up on our iTunes, and when we get to 25, we are going to do a drawing, and you will receive a Let's Go t-shirt. How about that?
There we go.
Awesome. Okay, well, we got to wrap up the show. So if you want to hit us up on social media, it's at Let's Go Comic Show on Twitter, Instagram. Email us at letsgocomicshow@gmail.com. Matt Ritchie, if someone wants to hit you up, how do they do that?
You can hit me up on Twitter at Matt Ritchie, MattriChey.
Awesome. And you can hit me up at J_Rocca. And that is it. Let's go.
Let's go.